Hello students! In today's lesson, we are going to talk about the difference between a phrasal verb and instruction. The topic is going to be New York City subways. I am from New York City, and in New York City, we have public transportation, which we call subways. We have buses and we have trains. When you are taking transportation, there will be announcements. And these announcements are things that the conductor of a bus or train will tell you when you are entering or getting off of the transportation that you're using. One way that they do this is they use something called a phrasal verb. A phrasal verb is a phrase that it consists of a verb with usually a preposition. Preposition means on, off, to, or from. We use these prepositions when we're talking about directions. Instructions are a little different. Instructions is when someone tells you to do something, when they give you a command. For example, when you are entering the train, one of the things we like to use is a phrasal verb. Get on. Get on the train. We do not say get in the train. We say get on the train. Get on is a phrasal verb because the verb is get and the preposition is on. When you get on the train, you may hear the conductor say, "Stand clear of the closing doors." Stand clear of the closing doors. Stand clear of the closing doors is an instruction. He or she is telling you something to do. What this means is you get on the train and here is the door. When they say stand clear, they mean for you to step aside so more people can get on the train. You are not to stand in front of the door. So when they say stand clear of the closing doors, you have to move aside, move away from the doors. Let's do another example. Get off the train. Get off the train. Get off is a phrasal verb because we have the verb get and we have the preposition off. This means that you are leaving the train. For example, I'm on the train and my stop is here. So I get off. I get off or I leave the train. Another thing that the conductor may say as you are getting off the train is step aside and let passengers on. Step aside and let passengers on. Now this is a long instruction, so I'm going to break it down. Step aside means to move away from something. Let means you allow something to happen. Passengers are the people that are taking the train or the bus. And when we say on, we're using that preposition to say to enter a train or a bus. So let's put this all together. Step aside and let passengers on the train. So what did we learn today? We learned that a phrasal verb is a phrase that consists of a verb and a preposition. A preposition is a word that gives us direction. For example, on, off, or to, or from. We also learned instruction. Instruction means to give command or to tell someone to do something. We talked about taking the subway. We used the phrasal verb get on, which means to enter the train, and we talked about get off, which means to leave the train. We went over the instruction stand clear of the closing doors, which means to step aside or get away from the door. We also use the instruction step aside and let passengers on, which means to move away, allow passengers, which are the people, to do what? Get on the train. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video.